Welcome to tonight's episode of Tammy Tell Me True. Tonight is the continuation of my interview with Amy Long, who is Amy by the Ton, who was on the show Family by the Ton on TLC. And I wanted to introduce that second half of the episode, and I wanted to also let you know something. Today I was reviewing the interview, as I always do. I have to usually give Sierra notes, and if there's anything that we need to clean up before we air it, or upload it rather. And it was hard to watch. And you're not always going to get happy, upbeat, Tammy. I mean, I'm usually happy and upbeat, but when I was reviewing it, it was tough, because this is not easy. So I wanted you to know that. It's pretty embarrassing, a couple of things that I talk about, and I admit. And I just felt like being super transparent. I mean, I'm already being pretty transparent because I'm an open book. I've chosen to do this and be public about what I'm doing, and do it for myself, but also to maybe help others and inspire others. But it was really, it was hard to watch today for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I'm in the home stretch of getting ready to schedule the surgery, but I just wanted you to know that. So I hope you enjoy the second half of the interview. Obesity is an epidemic. I mean, it really is, and it's getting worse and worse. And it's interesting. I actually talked to my therapist about it. Yes, I have a therapist who focuses. He specializes in food disorders and bariatric surgery, and we talk about this all the time. That there's such a problem with obesity in this country. I think we are the fattest country in the world. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's processed foods, it's packaged foods, it's there's a lot out there, and it is, and a lot of those foods are literally made to be addictive. They're literally engineered so that you're going to crave them and want more, whether you're talking about McDonald's and fast food and things like that. But it's not easy for every human to handle those foods. We're not built to eat those foods. That's not how our bodies are biologically built, to handle that much sugar, that many carbohydrates, and yet they're put in front of us all the time.
And the mental aspect of it from therapy, I think that anybody that's doing weight loss surgery should consider seeing a therapist, because this is a mental battle, like, first and foremost. Yeah. There's a lot of guilt that comes along with being big. Like, I was talking to my friend the other day, and I think she had talked about like a mom who, I think she fell or something, and the hospital had to come, the paramedics or whatever, and she was apologizing the whole time. She had fallen and physically hurt herself. I'm sorry you have to pick me up. I'm so big. I'm sorry. And she shouldn't have to feel like that. I mean, I know it's kind of like people like she did it to herself, whatever. But again, it's just all a mentally taxing situation, coming from getting in that position and then feeling like you can't get out of it. A therapist is like extremely important throughout this process. And we have to see a therapist before we even get weight loss surgery, because this is not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone to do this. If you can't mentally handle this, like, people could freak out. You could die if you overeat after you have your surgery. It can rupture your stomach, and you could die.
Yeah. And I just felt, I saw him for the evaluation, for the clearance. But I want to continue with him, because I want to really delve into my relationship with food, and how, because I don't see food the same way other people see food. Like, food, there's an emotional connection, as there is with many, many people with food. Like, food is comfort, food is love, food is a hug, food, and we all, we celebrate with food. Food is parties and dinners, and that's all about celebrating. But I have a different mindset about it, and it literally, it's in my brain all the time, and I need to address it. I can't, if I don't, I'm only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. you know?
And you think about food all the time when you're big. Like, you always think about, like, what is your next meal? Like, when are you going to eat next? It's constantly on your mind. And then it's a comfort eating thing too. Like, I've been going through a lot of stress lately, like with work and just getting back into the teaching group. And when I tell you that I've been stress eating again, and I've got to like really, you still have to work even years after you have your surgery. You have to actively work on maintaining a positive relationship with food, just like you said, or you will gain back your weight. You have to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I don't know if I'm assuming you're on Facebook, and there was a meme going around about a month or two into the pandemic where everyone was saying, there was a meme like, so how's this going to work? Does the my 600-pound wife just call me, or do I need to contact them? Like, it was a joke. And I didn't say anything or want to make anyone feel bad, but that's not funny for me. That's not funny to me. I was literally in a stressful situation. We all were, I know. But for me, I just like, it was like, what am I going to bake today? What am I going to cook today? Like, all of a sudden now I had all this time, and I'm a baker and a cook. And I'm like, what should we bake? What should we make? And it was like, all bets were off. All bets were off. We're watching the news. Like, I'm like sitting here eating, like stressing out. I always say, like, why can't I be one of those people that, like, when you're stressed out, you can't eat? You ever meet one of those people? They're weird.
Yes.
Like,
I also
what do you mean
jealous.
I could eat at any moment.
Yes. I can look at food.
Like, I just ate lunch. I could eat a little bit more. But I mean, no, I obviously, I know enough now, of course, to cut it off. And that's what I'm working on now. Now is key for me, because I'm really working hard on getting myself reprogrammed now and getting prepared mentally, knowing what my BS before surgery and PS
Right.
post-surgical, to know how my portions are going to need to be. And I just also, I started this show because it's something that I was passionate about wanting to do, and wanting to reach out to people and be inspirational and be a role model. Like, I mean, you're a role model, Amy. I mean, you really are. And I feel I was actually approached about that when I was a Weight Watcher, that I was really good at it. And I have something to offer, and I want people to see that. And I also want to be able to help people, because if I can help even a couple people know that this is not out of reach, you can do this. It's scary. I think it's scary for the average person, especially when you're obese and you feel embarrassed and humiliated and shamed, and people look at you differently. I mean, I have literally been treated differently. I was treated differently last fall on a film that I was working on. And I can't prove it, but I know that I was. I was suddenly not needed for certain meetings, and I can't prove it, but it's like I saw the way people were looking at me. I can see it. It's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a pill that I'm responsible for. So I have to now do something about it.
I felt the same way working in the teaching industry. It's very much like, they want you to dress business casual, and I felt like I didn't have any business casual clothes. I had to wear anything that was just stretchy and fit before, you know what I mean? Or if you wanted to buy $200 clothes, you can get something that fits, but it's just all around stressful when you are unable to perform how you want to perform, or when you're not where you need to be, only because your weight. You're like, I could just get this one thing under control, that it would like make my whole life better. And it really does. It really does increase your whole quality of life when you lose weight and get healthier. It's not about being skinny. It's just about being able to move and do things, like be able to walk for a longer distance, or be able to just breathe. You know what I mean? It's like hard to breathe when you're big.
Yeah, yes. Well, my friend Estelle, who we met on the last show, or a couple shows ago, rather, she said a phrase I hadn't heard yet. I'm sure I will hear it, and it's the non-scale victories.
Oh yeah, NSV.
Whether it's getting on an airplane and not needing the extender belt, not needing, like being able to, I don't know, I can't even think of an example right now, but those things that are so embarrassing to admit publicly, but are issues, the things that you want to be able to do that you can't do, that you are hindered doing because you're heavy. And it's not for lack of wanting to do them. It's just you now physically are handicapped, I guess, in a way where we have a handicap.
Yeah, I was always nervous when I was big. Going into places, I'm like, where am I going to sit? I would be like, I need a table. I need a table for two. Don't give me no booth because I don't know if I can fit in that thing.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing to have to just think about things like that. Like, is this stool going to hold me? Is this stool going to fall if I sit in it? Is my stomach going to be hanging over the table
Oh
when
my
I'm
God,
sitting there eating?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to worry about that. It's just something that shouldn't have to be on your mind. You shouldn't have to have that unnecessary stress there, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we're going to cut this part. But just so you know, like we have production meetings on films all the time. And they always have these shitty catering chairs that literally barely look like they could hold a 10-year-old, let alone me. And I go in there and I'm always like, oh God. Like,
sitting down so slow.
Please let this not be the day that I bust a chair in the middle of this meeting, because on top of that's actually happened to people in the meetings that weren't big. And I'm like, how has that not happened to me? And if it does, I'm going to die.
I'm like, I need one of these for each cheek.
Yeah, like literally, I'm like, and not to mention, they're also incredibly uncomfortable. They're incredibly uncomfortable. So to sit there for they're not meant to sit in for 3-4 hours. They're meant to sit there for 30 minutes to eat your lunch, not even, and get the hell out of there, you know? Okay, so one last thing. Rumor has it that you are a makeup artist.
Really? Who told you that?
I don't know, a little bird, Sierra. Anyway, so I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe you could give me a makeover. Maybe we could do like a makeover show.
Love it. What you going for? You going for like something fancy?
I don't know. I mean, I just redid my hair. I've got my new Elvira meets Cruella de Vil look going on here. But I don't know, maybe we'll do it after the surgery and we could do it in phases or something. I'm hoping to have it in November, and maybe we could just do like, I don't know, by then maybe we can, see each other in person, or you'll have to wear a mask or whatever, and we could do
I'm
something.
down.
All right.
We should you should take a lot of before pictures. That's definitely a piece of advice that I give anybody that's doing this journey, because you're going to want to compare yourself. A lot of times you won't see any progress for a couple of months, but if you have that like before picture and you post your current picture next to it, you can almost always see some results. And so you need to start doing a lot now.
My friend Jody's even suggested picking one shirt and taking a picture in that shirt throughout, and then you can really see it, like it start to just fall off of you kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I'm totally down with doing that. So I do have some before photos, and plus I have these videos which you'll be able to see me, but yeah, so.
I would love that. So let me know, and I got your makeover.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm so thrilled, exciting, and I just think what you've done is amazing, and I love your presence on social media just as a role model. I just think it's amazing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me today.
Good. Well, thanks. We'll hopefully see you again soon. See you soon.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon.
Bye.